Come, my people. If you build it, they will come. Such a good movie. Field of Dreams. Y'all youngsters, you don't know shit about that. You know, I was talking about the moon earlier, the moon landing and all that shit. And if it really happened, all that. So thinking about if the moon landing was fake, you know, it got me thinking about other conspiracy theories. You know, there's so many. You know, you got the David Icke or Ike, whatever his fucking name is, and you know, this guy believes lizard people is what's controlling the government, or that is the government, like these hierarchy of, you know, people. It can stem from, you know, the Rothschilds, and you know, if you Bilderbergs, like if you don't know those people, you got to look them up. They control the Rothschilds, Bilderbergs. They control the wealth in this world. And like I said earlier, I went through so many conspiracy theory, like an era of my life where I wouldn't watch the television. Going outside, I thought everything was a lie. And the more you dive into that stuff, like it, you know, it's easy to get reeled back in. Yeah, 9/11 is a big one. And that one, oh my gosh, man. There's so many red flags of that shit. It wasn't fake. It's something that happened, but the reasoning, like, was there really these people that hijacked the planes? Was it and flew it into buildings and government buildings? Was it something that we knew about and just let happen? Or was it something that we did on our own just to go to war? I mean, the Gulf of Tonkin is what got us into Vietnam. And the Gulf of Tonkin was a complete lie. It was a complete fucking farce. So when you look at things like that, and then, you know, you get into the moon landing and like, you know, what's real, man? Or the more that I look into it, the shit seems like it's fake. And I think the moon landing is more real than like the earth is flat bullshit. I definitely don't think the earth is flat. I don't know, convince me. But I've been in an airplane. I've been to the ocean. I've seen the curvature of the earth. I've been very high in an airplane. The earth is not fucking flat. But tell me, you know, fucking convince me. Convince me the moon landing was real. Convince me it was fake. Just convince me. I think at the end of the day, we all, you know, it's belief. I think stuff that we're interested in, you know, we strongly root for and don't want it to be fake or real or whatever. I'm very open-minded, you know, done a lot of psychedelic substances that have opened this mind. So, you know, I don't put all my eggs in one basket. You know, you can convince me today, and somebody might convince me tomorrow that what you convinced me was bullshit. So, you know, it's just, you know, I love having these conversations. It's fun. It's conspiracy theories are fun. That's the draw. It can get dangerous because it can kind of consume you. Like it consumed me for a while. But yeah, it's all about, you know, I'm glad that you said that. Open-minded. You know, if you're closed-minded, you're not going to listen to anybody's opinion. You're not going to care what anybody else, you know, thinks. You're just going to go with whatever you believe or whatever you've been taught, or, you know, whatever you want to be the truth. Again, the moon landing for me, it's a thing. When I was a kid, I was like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing that man has ever done. And then, you know, you look into it and it's like, fuck, I don't know, man. And again, like I said earlier, if that's fake, if they went through all that trouble to fake the moon landing, then what else are they going through the trouble to prove to us or to make us think this way or that way? You know, that's why I don't watch the news. I ain't watched the news in 7-8 years. Could care less. There's so much bad news. That's what I can tell you. Turn on the news. It's bad. That's why I'm, you know, fuck that. I don't need that shit. I got enough bullshit going on in my life. I don't need added bad news. Yeah, thanks, Nicole. I try to be. I mean, I'm open-minded as the next person. I have studied a lot of different religions. I've went this way in my life, thinking as far as politically left. I've thought right. I've thought in the middle. I've, you know, still try to balance the two. And every day it's, you know, my mind is changed on opinions because I listen. And I'm not going to put my eggs in one basket, no matter what it may be. What's up, Mike? Thanks for joining, dog. There's so many things on the television, and a lot of old folk call it the idiot box. And it's completely, that's a great name for it. The fucking idiot box. Because, man, it dumbs people down, all the bullshit that they spew. It keeps people from going out in the world and living their lives and experiencing things and learning for themselves. A lot of people just watch the TV, or they watch YouTube or TikTok. They get a 20, 30-second video and they make all their opinions based on whatever that is. And yep, that's it. That's what I believe. Yep. No, you don't believe that? I seen it the other day. You know, I encounter people like that all the time. And it's like, the TV, the YouTube, the TikTok, it keeps people dumbed down and from going out and experiencing, you know, it's not that bad. Life is good. It's got its problems. It's got its ups. It's got its downs. It's a roller coaster, man. It's up, it's down. When you're up, you feel like you can never hit bottom. And when you're down, you never feel like you're going to come up again, but it always fucking happens. And I've been through a lot of that. From all kinds of shit. You know, so I was watching this video the other day, and it was Joe Rogan. And, you know, when Joe Rogan first started, and I want to say 11, 12, 13, something like that. when he was doing the podcast out of his house, he was very pro against the moon landing. And in the last, like 5-6 years ago, Joe Rogan was more, okay, I think we went. But I watched a video the other day and he was like, yeah, I don't know if we went. So it got me thinking. Because I'm like that. You ask me Monday, we went to the moon. You ask me Tuesday, I'm like, fuck, we didn't go to the moon. So, that's why, I like to have the conversations. And conspiracy theories, period. Man, a big one is the Vatican Church. And I've seen pictures and videos of the Vatican, and nothing looks really holy in there. If you look past the gold columns and the beautiful structures, you start looking at the murals that's up on the wall and the paintings, that shit looks demonic as fuck. And the Vatican is worth so much money. What's up, buddy? What's happening? Prissy likes conspiracy theories too. That's what got her to jump up here. She was like, conspiracy theories, that's my jam. Prissy loves good old conspiracy theories. Yeah, buddy. Her's my good buddy. Her's old as fuck is what she is. Yeah, well, I need her to... What do you think about the moon landing, girl? Huh? Did we go? Did we go? Huh? Did we go to the moon? It's some bullshit, ain't it? We didn't go to the fucking moon, did we? I knew it. I knew it. See? Damn it. Nah, but like, the Vatican, man, like, they got so much wealth. They have their own laws. Almost like it's their own society, their own judge, their own court. It's some weird shit going on there, man. And then I said earlier, the Rothschilds, this shit's going to get me murked. They're going to fucking snipe me for talking about this shit. Fuck it. I've lived a good life. Whatever. I've been at the lowest, and I've been at what I think was the highest. Y'all have no idea. I've done some things and some people. Was that good? Was that fun? Yeah. Yeah, the Rothschilds, man, the Bilderbergs, your JP Morgans, like they run this world. It's wealth beyond imagine. Like we think, I forget what it was. I seen this the other day. It was like how many seconds do you think a million seconds is? Anybody? Anybody want to take a guess without Googling? How long is a million seconds? That's what I meant to say. How long is a million seconds in our time? It's crazy. A million seconds is like 13 days or some shit. So this is the difference between a million and a billion. A billion seconds is like 31 years or some shit. So if a million seconds is 12 days and a billion seconds is 31 years, 32, 33, it's something like that. Think about that in money terms. So, you hear somebody has $10 million, something like that. But when you start talking about billions, look at the fucking difference. That's so crazy. And we're talking Rothschilds and Bilderbergs and JP Morgans these corporations, these royal families that run this world, whether it be decisions that they make about war or down to what they fucking put in our water. What's up, buddy? Come on. Now, I don't drink tap water. I trust bottled water, jugged water. It's probably fucking tainted too. But I know like tap water, like you can just taste it. You can taste that something is wrong with that shit. Especially, you know, you live in an older place, like just the pipes, like the old pipes, you can taste that shit. Yeah, that's a big jump from 1 million to 1 billion. Like we hear billionaire, millionaire, you know, and we think, you know, we just automatically think, you know, I think people that ain't got bread, ain't got money, we're just like, they living good. But man, what they have had to do and endure over time, especially these royal families I'm talking about, Rothschild, Bilderberg, J.P. Morgan is more than a corporation. That shit's an entity. They have think tanks every single year where top politicians, corporations, and people with billions, hundreds of billions of dollars get together once a year, and they call them think tanks, and they make decisions that's gonna affect us. And this is a known fact. This is not a conspiracy theory. They're very well in communication. These groups, corporations, these people, they tell us everything that they're doing, and it's called hidden in plain sight. They'll tell us something, they'll show us something, and then they go to the next thing real quick. Let's see what the Kardashians are fucking doing, or whoever the fuck. They're probably not even relevant anymore because, you know, that's how little television and mainstream bullshit that I keep up with. Whoever the, you know, let's watch what's them fat sisters on TLC. Good God. What a train wreck that shit is. Large and in charge. I don't know, whatever, you know, or my 500-pound life, my whatever. Golly, man. People will watch that more than, you know, tuned into like what really is going on. Large and in charge. I don't know what they call them bitches. Need a diet? Jesus Lord. Nah, they need a doctor. I guess they had a doctor on the show. They need something. That shit. Them poor ladies. That's some big bitches. That's a whole lot of woman. Woo! I wouldn't want to get lost in that. You get lost in that trying to fucking get up in that. God dang. Fucking. Hello! What you talking about? Oh my God, the pussy talked back to me. That's gross. 1,000-pound sisters. Oh God, of course they fucking live in Kentucky. Of course they do. What's up, buddy? Chrissy's all about the conversation tonight, buddy. She's all up in this. Just don't be getting up in no 1,000-pound sisters. God, that's terrible. Fucking terrible. You know, but hey, God bless them. Lord have mercy. I hope they shed a few of those LBs, because what a just not way of life, man. Like, I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine being that big. I'm a $1.55 on a good day. I couldn't imagine being $3.55, let alone 1,000 pound. God, that's terrible. I'm gonna smoke. Don't smoke, kids. Smoking's bad. Prissy will tell you smoking's bad, ain't it? Yeah, smoking's bad. It's not good. She's addicted too from the secondhand smoke. She calls at me in the middle of the night, and if you listen closely, you can almost hear her say as she's pawing at me, she'll go, "Lucky strike, lucky strike." I'm telling you, she's addicted. Ain't you, buddy? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, don't smoke, kids. All jokes aside, shit's bad for you. It's so good, though. Oh, it's so good. It goes good. You know, cigarettes and booze, they go so good together. There's a conspiracy theory right there. How come in the ghetto or disenfranchised neighborhoods, every poor neighborhood that you go to, there's a liquor store on every fucking corner? You go to the suburbs, you go 10 miles down the down the road from where I'm at on the south side of town. No fucking liquor stores hardly. You know, they got a few. Shit, over here, I can go down one strip and count like 9 within like 5-6 miles. You know, that's keeping people numb. Give them a little something to not think about what the fuck is really going on. Yeah, I don't know about all that. That's probably giving me too much credit, but I appreciate it. I spent a lot of time delving into the conspiracy thing or whatever, but yeah, man, like I was over on the south side the other day and needed some booze and was like, where the fuck the liquor store at? Shit, come over here to my side of town. It's got neon lights, popping out at you. Liquor, Wild Turkey, Patron. Hey, that's what I want. Fucking Bud Light, Modelo, Heineken, Lucky Strike, 2 for $9.99. You know, I'm telling you that there is something to that they keep shit like that in poor neighborhoods. Whether you're white, black, brown, whatever the fuck. It doesn't fucking matter at that point. It doesn't matter. It's, hey, can I get you drunk enough tonight and a pack of cigarettes to feel good enough tonight and forget about what's going on so you'll get up to that job tomorrow and go pay taxes and make somebody else rich. That's what that fucking shit's about. Prissy is definitely full of life tonight. Now she's sitting down here now. She's like, what's happening, man? I just want to be petted on, and when you gonna go to bed is what she's saying. Yeah, there's 3 strip clubs. Right down. Yeah, hell. 1, 2, 3. If you go the other way, there's another one. It's out the interstate, but really there's 4 about on this strip. And I've been to all of them. So don't go to strip clubs. Don't waste your money. It's a bunch of bullshit. You may think you gonna get the cooter, but you ain't gonna get it. But boy, they'll make you think it. They're really good at that. They're very good at their jobs. Yep, so I guess this conversation tonight, I guess think about what you're being told on whatever platform. My live stream's getting fucked with because of what I'm talking about. They're fucking with me. They're turning the satellites that way and saying, don't give this guy a platform. Probably. I'm going to get assassinated tomorrow driving in my Corolla on my way to my fucking job because I mentioned the Rothschilds or Bilderbergs or whatever. But out of everything tonight that I've talked about, definitely the liquor stores. Notice wherever you live, wherever you're at, especially in America, pay attention to where the liquor stores and the head shops selling I guess it's weed. I don't know. That shit never appealed to me. As soon as weed started getting legal, I was like, nope, time for me to step back because I don't trust this shit. That's crazy. 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I trusted a drug dealer to sell me good weed that was safe rather than a store. That shit just never appealed to me. I seen the writing on the wall. Corporations were going to get involved and absolutely ruin it. I tried some of that Delta 8 and Delta 9 and all that shit. Man, fuck that shit. Weed was way better when it was illegal. I'm just here to tell you. I smoked the shit for 25 years, so who you gonna believe? You can believe whatever the fuck you want. You can think whatever you want. But I was there. I watched the game go from where it was in 03, 04 to where it is now. And I don't trust that shit at all. But just notice where all those head shops and all the, liquor stores and all that. Notice where it's at in your community. That shit is totally always in poor neighborhoods. White, black, brown, whatever. It doesn't matter. They all got them. It's not a race issue. It's a population control issue. It's classism. Keep the rich rich, keep the poor poor, and keep the poor numb enough to where they keep doing what they're doing and not wake up to what the fuck is going on. That's what that bullshit is. At least that's what I think. Hey, you never know. They might try to assassinate my fucking, my tax-paying ass. Hell, let's see. I think I paid like $8,000 or $9,000 in taxes last year. Do the math of how many people work in this country and pay taxes, and just add that up. And yeah, a little bit of that is to my 401k. And a little bit of it is to my federal taxes that I get back. And a little bit of it is to my Social Security for when I'm older, if I make it there. Add that money up per person. And we got all the bullshit that's happening. Just homelessness. Veterans being homeless. That's some outright bullshit that's even happening. And I forget the statistic. It's a very high percentage of veterans that are homeless in this country. What the fuck is up with that? That's absolutely ridiculous. That was not happening 50 years ago. There's so much that, again, title of the video is conspiracy theories. And, you follow the money and you'll find the root of the fucking problem. And it's usually greedy ass motherfuckers. almost always. But again, you know, I paid 8-9 grand in taxes last year. Let's say 5 or 6 of that I don't get back, whether or not it's retirement, tax refund, whatever. Just say 5 grand times every single person that's working and paying taxes. People, you know, fucking rent where I'm at, you're paying $800-900, $1,000 for a piece of shit, 600 square foot fucking apartment that's falling apart, that was built 60-70 years ago. The landlord don't give a shit about you or the next person that's next to you. They don't care. The landlord don't care who they move in next to you. That's another damn problem. All they care about is their money, man. Give a fuck about you. Tupac said it best. All I want to say is that they don't give a fuck about us. I think fucking Michael Jackson said that shit too. And you see what they did to them two motherfuckers, right? Yeah, see, I'm going to get assassinated. Again, lived a good life. I did it big like a motherfucker, so whatever. On a lighter note, it's going to be sunny tomorrow where I'm at. It's hot as fuck. I think it's going to be storming later on the weekend, but tomorrow's going to be nice when I wake up and I get in my car and I go to my job to pay my taxes to make somebody else rich. And the potholes. I got to fix, I got to pay taxes, fix the potholes. I don't want my struts and my axles to go bad in my 23-year-old fucking vehicle. Yeah, poor Michael Jackson. Damn. Love him to death. Boy, there's another conspiracy. Did they kill Michael? Was the doctor paid to kill Michael Jackson? I hope he didn't fuck little boys. That sucks so bad. That's one I don't, he was never convicted in a criminal court. He only shitty ass fucking connection. I don't want the Michael Jackson one to be fucking right. Oh, man. Thriller and Bad and Off the Wall, Dangerous, those albums. See, that 4th album, though, he named it Dangerous. He shouldn't have named it that, dog. But that not bad in a good. And then tried to live his childhood in his adulthood. Did that mean that he wanted to and did diddle little kids? I hope not, man. Just number one, because that's fucking sick. It's disgusting. I don't care if your name's James Bonneker. I remember when Michael Jackson would have old enough that when Michael Jackson had a premiere song video, he would, like, the whole world would stop. Everybody would stop. Whatever they were doing. Businesses had little, itty bitty TVs, and they would stop and watch the new Michael Jackson premiere. I don't think there's been anybody like that. Does the world stop for a new song or video of anybody anymore? That's what was so great about MTV in the 90s. And BET too. I was a big hip-hop head before hip-hop went the fucking way that it did. God, I can't stand that shit. It's trash. 95% of it. It's trash. It's a dying art. There's a few that, pops out every now and then. But does anybody, stop to go grab the new whatever album? whatever's hot. Even Taylor Swift, biggest pop icon, especially the last 5-6 years. Does anybody really, take that much hard-earned money and go buy the album? I know they do, like iTunes, but to go get the motherfucker, to go to the store and actually buy the fucking album, people don't do that shit anymore. Good album, by the way, just not really no bangers. Very lyrical. I'll give her that. But Midnight's, the album before that shit was fire. Almost every single song was a banger. That one, it felt more artistic. She did that album for her, and I can respect that. She put a lot of thought into, the album itself, opening up. There's a songbook and all that. You don't get that shit anymore. Nobody does that shit. There's no heart and soul that I feel anybody puts into music anymore. Or maybe I'm just old and don't fucking realize it. I don't know. Disclaimer, don't smoke. It's bad for you. Surgeon General says it contains carbon monoxide. And we have carbon monoxide detectors in our apartment or houses or trailers or bungalows or RVs, wherever you're at. Hell, you might have a carbon monoxide detector in a cardboard box there. I don't know. But just know, if you smoke cigarettes, you are inhaling carbon monoxide. And apparently it's bad for you, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. No shit. Shit tastes good, though. And did I say it goes good with booze? If I didn't, it goes good with booze. I'm just that old. That motherfucker. Nah, I know a few of y'all that are in here. Well, who am I kidding? Shit. What's up? I think Prissy fell out. She's like, fuck this shit. She's like, no, I ain't doing this shit no more, dog. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. Yeah. Fucking live stream be wanting to go out. So, what's any fucking conspiracy theories that y'all know of? I've named like, God, 6, 7. I started off with like my main point, and that's what conspiracy theories do. You start off with one and it rabbit holes. And it's almost like they're interconnected in this tunnel system of conspiracy theories. It's like each one it's like, oh, this one, and you get 5 minutes into that, and you're like, oh, but wait, this one, it's like trying to have a conversation with an autistic kid, which I might be on the fucking spectrum. A little bit. Just a little. I don't know. Probably. Mothman and Bigfoot. Bigfoot, no. Bigfoot, absolutely not. You're convincing me that Bigfoot is real. Fuck you, connection. Fuck you. Show tomorrow and be like, what the fuck? See, I'm live again. Hello. Hello.
Are you British? Hello? Tea and crumpets? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I don't know. What are you talking about? That was terrible. All right, I'm going to end this shit because I ain't very fucking stream like this. You got me fucked up. I done worked all day and holding this shit up. I love y'all, but I'm going to come back in just a minute because I'm going to keep going. You know what? I don't really give a fuck.